We are on, Brian.
Greetings, everybody. It's Brian Terrian here from the Disability Digest, and welcome to our YouTube Live. I was off last week, missed you folks, but glad to be back. Jam, Philip, thanks for joining today.
Hi, everyone.
Yes. Today we're going to talk about supplementing your income. Going to go through what other people are doing as content creators using YouTube and other social media platforms that are doing this, that have limitations and disabilities and supplementing their income. So if you have an interest in supplementing your income, or maybe follow them to learn from them, that's what I'm going to cover today and break that down. And then we're going to take some questions that you have. You have the opportunity to call in and get your questions answered. You can do that, or you can, if you don't want to call in, you can type it in the chat feature. All right, sound good? So if you're new here, welcome or welcome back. Our objective here at the Disability Digest is to be your trusted source in guiding you through the different aspects of the Social Security Disability Benefit program, which could be getting your benefits approved, or if you're approved, keeping them, maximizing them. We have done this work since 2006, and it's a pleasure to serve around 192,000 members that we have here at the Disability Digest. So whether you're joining us for the first time or a long-standing member, we look forward to helping you keep and maximize your benefits. So, and of course, stay tuned to these events and other information courses that we have to help you. And before I forget, next week we have an hour with the expert, Attorney James Mitchell Brown. Is coming here just to answer any questions that you have. He is the individual that I know that has the most experience. He has worked in helping people with Social Security disability related items since I think it was 1972 or something like that. Long time. So he's great, and I know you folks, some of you may have heard about him before. So mark your calendars for that next week. So what I have done is here at the Disability Digest, we have this YouTube live event, and if you've followed us on YouTube, you've probably seen some of our other videos. There's like 1,000 videos that we have on our channel now. So we are a creator, if you will, of content to help educate you. But in preparing for today's event, I followed some others, because what I see for trends is a few things. People are getting pinched for financially. They want to know what they could do to make money and keep their benefits. And commonly that comes with, okay, well, how am I going to do that with my condition and my limitations? And creating content is something that you can do when you feel well, and you can upload it when you feel well. And you can do it and keep your benefits. And if you build a business that starts to become successful, you can hire other people and expense them out to continue your mission. So there's a lot of reasons why I think this is a worthy consideration, and it's definitely not a get-rich-quick deal. So we'll talk about some of the money today. Now, so not everyone's on finding us on Facebook. I think what would be the best thing to do is I will give you the link directly to the stream and post it in Facebook. So that is one thing that we can do right now. Okay. Yeah, and I see that there's a bunch of us following out there. Linda on YouTube, John, Angel, Chris, Luana. Welcome. All right, so I want to share some of the resources that I found, and I put these below the in the resources section or the description section of the YouTube channel. And this is a website that collected 11 different YouTubers. And I'm not going to get into all of the details here, but in my opinion, like 6, 7, and 8 on this were relevant. So here's a few things I want to help you understand about YouTube channels.
Is this you?
And like this creator right here, she does sewing, thrifting, and DIY fashion. So you might be thinking, well, okay, well, this kind of sounds like a good idea. What am I going to talk about? And frankly, I really don't know. I am here doing this because this is the area of work that we do. But if I didn't do this or Social Security went away, I have a lot of other things that I could talk about and educate people. So it's really finding something that is your passion, right? And if I look at this channel from my perspective, she has 760,000 people are following her. And she's done this on 221 videos. So I look at that as really good, actually, because our channel has, I think, 68,000 and has like 1,100 videos. So we have more videos and less subscribers. So what she's been able to do is be very effective with a few videos. And so these are things that you could come in and get an idea about, like, you know, what's she doing that's working? Like, what are her popular videos? Like she has one here, I think is that a 3.9? 3.9 million video views on that. That's really good. That's like rock star status.
Yeah.
So, in looking at channels, these are some of the things that perhaps can help you get an idea that if you've got a really good topic or something that you're super passionate about, that you can just simply start with like an iPhone and film videos. Okay. So 6, 7, and 9 were the ones on this page. So again, you can check that out. That will be in the resources. This is item 1 in the video description. The next one is a playlist that I found of creators that have limitations or disabilities. There's a rapper in here that's deaf. There's people from different backgrounds with different limitations. So again, this is a tool for you to come in and learn and look at. All right, well, how many videos did they shoot? What's the content? Is it something that, does this give me any ideas? I'm in hopes that what you would gain from that. One of the most successful and one of the biggest advocates for people with limitations and disabilities that I'm aware of is Molly Burke. She has a book that's called It's Not What It Looks Like. And she's blind, and she not only has a YouTube channel, but she's, I think, prior to YouTube, or as she started to take off as a content creator, she's a speaker, a motivational speaker for people, and it's done very well. So this is an interesting channel because if you look, she has 1.98 million subscribers, and she has like comparable amount of videos to what we have here at the Disability Digest. So she's done extremely well with fashion, design, understanding and advocating for those that have disabilities and limitations. And she lost her vision, I want to say when she was like in her early teens. So that's Molly. The next one is, I feel, a super relevant one for anybody that wants to consider going into this work or what it's like. So this is a US citizen that's living in the UK that is disabled. She has an arm and a leg disability, and she tells her story about her first year of being a content creator. She didn't make much money. And again, this is not a get rich quick deal. And she breaks down her experience and how she made her money. So I would definitely check out Jessica Jordan Jing. Okay. In this video, she talks about how you earn money as a content creator. And the biggest, highest earning platform for content creators is YouTube. Because as you watch videos, it generates revenue for the creator in two common ways. One is either you have a YouTube premium subscription that has no ads and they share a percentage of that with the creator, or there's ad revenue at different increments for most people that create content that funds it. And not all of our ads here at the Disability Digest have ads on them, but those that do, that is one of the ways in which we are able to provide all this free content for you and educate you with the videos, because we are in the partnership program with YouTube. Now, to get into the partnership program, it doesn't happen from day one. You need to have a certain amount of subscribers, and your channel needs to have matured. And I don't remember how long it took us exactly to do that, but I want to say it was a solid 12 months of consistent work. And when I say consistent work, when we started doing this, it was a 3 to maybe 5 hour a week commitment to get the channel started. And then we started, this was before we were doing lives in that. So the ways to make money, what I'm going to break down. And the YouTube partnership program certainly is one, but that's not going to be available to you as you just get started, because you've got to build your channel. And there's programs available, I believe, through TikTok that we don't use and I don't know about. And I don't know of a real revenue source by using Facebook or Facebook Shorts or Reels. So what other options are there's brand deals or product reviews. How a lot of people get started is they'll review a product. Let's say it is a durable good, like a chair or a mobility device of some sort. They'll review that, and then people will watch the review. If they're interested in purchasing it, then they have an Amazon affiliate account and they can go over and purchase it. And when somebody does that, that will generate revenue for you. That is one way to get started doing product reviews or endorsing other products or services or brands. Or maybe there is a service that you promote. Like we had Sissy Boyer here, who is a travel agent that's a member. She's a disability recipient, and her business is travel, but she also promotes it and educates people via YouTube. So she has her own built-in service that she could use in addition to the partnership program. So it really depends on what your what your business is, what your market is, and how you want to go about it. So some of the things that you'll need is really not much. Most of this work that we've done and how others get started is just simply with an iPhone. and you can even edit the video on the iPhone, and then you can load it directly to YouTube. And then you can continue to like build on that, and but the picture that goes on the front of it is called a thumbnail. So you can do all of that on your iPhone. And then there's other resources out there that are not expensive. So it's the barrier to entry is not the cost of, in my opinion, it's not the cost or startup cost like it is for other entities. It's just really the phone. And the biggest barriers, in my opinion, is people just getting started and doing it. And once you do that, just make up your mind that this is what I'm going to do, then that's it. And there's, it may be, there's lots of opportunity out there for people that want to build condition related sites or content. And if that's the case, then here at the Disability Digest, we're always interested to partner with people that can provide value to our members, where we could tell them about your channel. You could come in here and speak to our group in these live events, and we'd be glad to, if you're doing good work, that we could promote and refer people. That's one way in which we could help you as a member here get started. Another way that we could help you earn some short-term income, not short-term, but income, is if you were to, and if you're interested in partnering with us as a content creator, where you would create content for us, we would pay you. You could still do your own channel. And this is a position that we have here, and this is also in the description. And you could earn, depending on the video, whether it's a short or a long. Like a short video is less than a minute, and a long video is like, could be ideally up to 3 minutes. So this is a way that you could do 2 or 3 videos, a week, and supplement your income doing that. So if that's of interest to you, you can check that out in the description. So let's see, do we have anything to chat about from Jam, Philip?
Yeah. Here's a question from Cindy. So for the content creator who sews, etc., would Social Security consider that if she can do those activities, then she could work?
Well, here's the way that I would answer it. Work is defined as working more than 20 hours a week, or earning after expenses in this situation more than 1,100 and what is it, $1,110 a month. So that's
Yeah.
also in the description. So if you're shooting 3 videos a week, and let's say you're absolutely, crushing it after a year, and you're grossing $1,000, well, you've got to, you have to take into consideration a month. You have to take into consideration all your expenses now, because you're in business. So no, you could definitely start a channel, be effective, and do this and keep your benefits. Yeah, that was a good question.
Yes.
All right, let's stay on the question mode. Just a quick recap here. So I've covered some different creators, some things to look for, some ideas, and the different ways in which you can make money, and then how you could, if you're interested, partner with us and create some content that would pay you, like right now, while you build your channel, or if you didn't build your channel. Okay. So let's take some questions. In a few moments, I'll open the phone lines here. And let me just grab that number for people. So if there's questions that have already been submitted, let's have a go at those first.
Do you have a question, Phil, related to our topic today?
Do I have one related to our topic? No, I've got something that's different come out of the Facebook group. Says my therapist diagnosed me with agoraphobia. Should I have these notes added to my case while it's in progress, or is it too late?
No, it's not too late at all.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
What was the condition?
Agoraphobia?
Yeah, I'm not.
Is that fear
I'm not,
of
have no idea.
Hmm.
it's like anxiety disorder.
Uh,
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be important because that's going to have an impact on a lot of aspects of work, of being around people, positions of authority, for sure.
yeah.
Yep.
All right, here's another one. Should I have a preference on in-person hearing, or telephone or video? It's for my appeal. Is one faster than the other when it comes to scheduling?
I don't know about faster than another, but I'll share this with you. I mean, we've chosen to do as many phone hearings as possible for those that we are working directly with uh, for a variety of reasons. And the key thing is if you have really good evidence, which you should, if definitely if you've been following us, and your limitations are in your medical records and all the other thousands of things that we've talked about, then it's just a matter of reviewing the evidence. And there isn't anything in person that is going to influence that. So if you go to an in-person hearing, they're still going to look at the medical evidence. Yeah, they will look at you physically, but you could look bad or you could look good, but it goes back to evidence. So that's been, and the results for us have been great. And in addition to that, for us, it allows us to pull in like really high profile disability attorneys that live anywhere because they can do this by phone. So that's a bit of our own commercial, but so I would do what's best for you. If you really want to get out of the house for the day and you want to go somewhere, and then do the hearing in person.
All right, I've got one from a client of ours that we're representing right now. It has, I spoke with her this week. She has a mental health evaluation scheduled for next month, and she's concerned and asking, how should she handle that? What should she expect?
Right, right. Yeah, so we have like a 7 steps of what to do. And if you're working with us, you would definitely, it would have been sent to you, but we can resend it, have it resent. But here's a few key things in there. First of all, I want you to just, if you can, as best you can, understand that this is standard. Like 72% of the people that go through the process have these evaluations. And if you've got physical conditions and brain health issues, then you're going to likely go for both. So it's not some super special scrutiny that you're under. But it is important how you manage this and what you do when you go there. Like one of the key things is to bring an advocate with you and don't go alone. And why we've found that to be important or beneficial is in this, unlike other doctors or medical visits, they're evaluating you to make sure your medical records are consistent with what your actual conditions are. So you want to make sure that they do the appropriate steps and that what they do is documented. What you don't want to have happen is go in there alone and the person, takes your blood pressure, looks in your ears, and says, writes in the report, "Oh, you're fine." And in the report, they said they did a 10-point evaluation, but they only did 2 things that are not relevant. So that's the most important thing. And for the others, just reach out to us. You have specific directions for where to send your case-related questions if you're working with us. and we'll make sure we get that for you.
On that note, is this normal to do a telehealth visit on mental health conditions like that with Social Security? Do they normally do that?
I don't know if it's normal. I know it's happened. I think post-COVID, it's pretty, it's become more common, but I don't statistically know like what the percentage is. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The
So
last,
this would, if this is a telehealth, then make sure you have somebody sitting there with you. And if they question it, this is a key point. If they question it, say, listen, I don't feel well. You have to make up your own, justification for this, but I don't feel well. I don't remember things. I'm under a lot of pressure because I haven't worked and all of that. And so I'm just have, Velma, who's here as my advocate, is just going to be here to make sure that, I answer the questions properly. So. Mhm.
all I've got, Jim.
Um, Here's one from Sonia. I'm on SSDI. If $1,100 puts me into an income amount that I would have to file taxes, is the amount required to be filed as extra income?
Well, I'm not a tax person, but if you, and I don't know what the other aspect of your income is, but I think it's $25,000 as an individual or over 32 as a couple based on the award letters. So if you're looking at your award letter, if you exceed that, yes, you do have to file taxes. And which in my opinion is a good thing. That means you're making money. So yeah, definitely file your taxes, even if you're only, and consult a tax professional. But if you're over the thresholds outlined in your award letter, just to make sure that you don't get in any trouble, file your taxes.
So here's a follow-up on that. Do you know what the total dollar amount per year of income a person on SSDI can make without filing taxes?
Yeah, I just went through that actually. It's in the
Mhm.
award letter, the 25 and 32. Yeah.
Okay. All right. A question from Antonio. Been on disability since 2001. Now I got a CDR, so I feel out. Do I need an attorney for this?
No, not originally you don't. And we have a comprehensive course on how to survive your continuing disability benefit review. So if you're a member here at the Disability Digest, then you can just contact our support desk. Perhaps you got an email to invite you to this event, and ask for it, because you're not automatically enrolled in it. Or if you are not a member or don't want to join us as a member, then there's 4 of the segments are on the YouTube channel. 4 out of the 10 segments. You can just search CDR. But there's no charge for the membership. You can join or request it and just contact support and ask to be enrolled in it.
All right. Is there any advantage to utilize an LLC for income while on disability? That stands for the limited liability company.
I don't know the entire, scope of it, but let's say you build a YouTube channel, and your YouTube channel is generating $2,000 a month in revenue, which is over the allowed amount. But your contribution to that is, say 10 hours a week of doing that. And then you have other people that are working, they're editing your content, they're doing a content schedule, they're answering the comments on your YouTube channel. So you have a staff. So in that situation, if you had a corporation that collected all the money from your channel and all your other revenue sources, and then you're taking a paycheck out of the corporation for, $700 or $800 a month for the amount of your contribution, then that could make sense, because that provides you with basically a job that you've created, but or business that you've created. Yeah. So I hope that's helpful.
And comment from the live chat, Brian. I read somewhere if you make over a certain amount in 9 months, you can get cut off.
That is correct. That's called the Ticket to Work program. Yeah. So if you exceed, that's when we say, how much you can make and keep your benefits. The reason why I give that specific amount is because when you exceed that amount, you start using one of your trial work months. And you have 9 trial work months where you can earn over the limit. And once you've used those up, then you're going to be migrating off of benefits.
Could I do remote work from home and earn this amount, or would that be considered gainful work?
Well, it goes back to the number of hours. If you're doing remote work for less than 20 hours and earning under the allowed amount, then you could definitely do remote work.
All right. If I have already started working above Ticket to Work but below SGA, can I still utilize Ticket to Work? Do I have to create Ticket to Work plans before working at all?
You do not have to create Ticket to Work programs. You can start working without a ticket. One of the things that I covered in our last live that I consider like a really good first step for people is to go to vocational rehab, talk to a benefits planner about what you want to do, and have them sketch out a plan for you. I'm a little off topic here, but you can earn every month and stay under the allowed amount and not have to do anything except report your income to Social Security.
All right.
We're getting a few questions on that, so I want to pull over on the screen the actual regulation, and this is access to this is in the description. So here's the key, folks. Monthly earnings that trigger a trial work period. Okay. And if you exceed the allowed amount, which is right here in any month, then you are using one of your trial work months. So the key is to stay below that amount, and it changes every year. Like it's $1,110 a month right now. Okay. So that's it. Now, if your brother-in-law or somebody tells you it's different, it's not. This is the rule. Okay. We do not consider services performed during the trial work period as showing that the disability until services has been performed in at least 9 months. So you need to be over for 9 months in a 5-year period, 60-month period. Okay. All right. Can I open the phone lines up?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to put the number up on the screen for you folks to call. And when you call in, it could be a question. I'd love to hear success stories, like something that maybe you learned or worked from you. It doesn't need to necessarily be as a result of being a member here at the Disability Digest, but could be anything at all. or a question. So the number is up on the screen, and it's 844-717-2454. So we have time to take about 3, maybe 4 calls. And for those of you that call in, we are going to give away some prize money at the end. So we're going to enter your name into the wheel, spin the wheel at the end, and give away. We've been giving away Amazon gift cards. I think was it last week? Somebody was getting married. They called in and they actually won. Yeah, which was pretty cool. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for callers, or if we have any callers, are there any more questions that we have?
I don't have any, Jim.
No.
No.
Okay.
Well, very common question. What is SGA? Substantial gainful activity.
Exactly. It's your exchange of time, effort, and energy for money. So it's the gainful activity that you have. Now there's some income that you can earn that doesn't fall under that, like investment income, rental property. You can have rental property, and that does not count towards earned income. But if you are spending 15 hours a week building a YouTube type business, or 15 hours a week working at a local like store, then that is gainful activity, time that you've invested. Okay.
Right. I just got approved for my SSDI December 2023. I applied in January of 23. Thank you for the information you and your team put out. It really helped me to understand the process. That's from
That's
All Star.
all-star comment, all-star result. So that was approved within the same year, right?
Yeah, 11
I
months.
want, I wonder, must be an initial application. Yeah.
Mm,
Just a moment, I have a caller
I
here.
think so. Okay.
This is Brian. Thanks for calling. Who am I speaking with?
This is Kimberly Watkins.
Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
Fine. I was calling to see about like I already have SSDI, and I was calling to see how do you guys, or do you guys deal with like um the insurance, like changing people's insurances?
Do you mean like your Medicare?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm with Humana,
Mm-hmm.
and I just didn't know if there. Also, too, like, okay? So this year was my Medicaid. I got SL. What is it? SLB or SLMB or something like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And so
MBQ.
my Humana is saying that unless I get SLMB plus, that I can't get Medicare Advantage. Is that? I'm in Georgia, by the way.
Okay. So I just want to make sure I understand where we're at. But first of all, is
I'm
this
sorry if I'm talking in circles. I had a seizure this morning,
no?
so
Oh, really? I think you're doing great.
yes.
So is this a cell phone that ends in 5619?
Yes.
Okay, great. So here's the situation with Medicare Advantage plans. When you become Medicare eligible, which you are,
Yes.
you have Medicare A and B, and then you can choose other options. And other options are Medicare Advantage plan, which is Medicare Part C, which
Yes.
what that does is it provides you with everything. It covers A, which is the hospital, B, which is the doctor, D, which is drugs. It's all in one. So anybody that has A and B is eligible to get into a Part C program. What they are likely speaking about is, it sounds to
It's
me,
Medicaid.
right, you're dual eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, right? So it's,
Yeah, they said I went from QMB to SLMB because of my income. Like I just make over and the amount for the QMB.
mhm.
Keep that.
Did your income change? Like, did you start earning income, or is it just the cost of living kicked you over?
The cost of living, yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this isn't like interesting. Your situation is, I wouldn't say it's common, but it's unfortunate in that you get this very small cost of living increase of 3.2%, but it changes your status for your Medicare, Medicaid, and could, cost you from being in a great Medicare Advantage plan to going to a good one. So,
Yeah.
so here's,
They said,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. They said my the SLMB part only pays for my Part B. That I don't qualify for the Humana because of that or something. That if I go to SLMB plus, like if Medicaid puts me as SLMB plus,
Yeah.
then yeah, I wouldn't.
So are you calling to ask like opinion advice on what to do?
Yes, that, and also I'm trying to become a member as well
Oh.
because I will be having a like a review later as
Okay,
well. So
okay. So these are,
and I wanted to tell you guys that with my situation, I actually got my SSDI in 12 months, and I even had to move from 2 different states when I was applying. And I
wow,
got it also. I also got it at reconsideration stage.
that doesn't happen like often,
Yes.
11.7%.
Does it?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
one,
don't know how that happened,
uh-huh.
but and I also did my application by myself with no lawyer.
Well, you did something
Well,
right.
actually, my sister came with me, but
Yeah.
yeah, I lived in Florida, and then within 9 months, I moved to Virginia, and with my other sister because I couldn't get medical help in Florida because I wasn't working. I applied for Social Security, so in Virginia they have that extended medical for people. So I moved in with my sister in Virginia in December of 2019. In May of 2020 is when I got my uh, Social Security. 12 months, no lawyer, and at reconsideration stage.
I'm sure there are
And I moved
people
from
that
two
are
different
out
states.
there listening to this going, what in the world
Yeah,
did
and I
you
lived in two
do?
different states.
Yeah, good for you. See, folks, it does work.
But
Listen,
can I tell you,
I want to be
I
respectful of others that would like to call in, but I am,
sorry. Okay,
so I am going to cut you short. But I am going to give
okay,
you a
I'm
few
sorry.
tips before you go. Um,
Okay,
with your plan situation, because you are dual eligible, you can change pretty much anytime, like you're a free agent. So this is something that you can do. And what the steps that I would recommend is contact the Medicaid office and just ask them, if you haven't done so already, to review and make sure that your income is in line with your status. That's one, right?
okay,
Two is,
all right.
if you'd like, you called in, we could have somebody contact you from here to help you. You can go to the Disability Digest and just enter and start your own membership. But if you would
Okay.
like for somebody from here that is like one of our Medicare experts to contact you, we can have them call you on the number that you called in on and go through and help you understand your options and what's available. There's no charge for that. It's part of the membership that we
Okay.
provide you. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's great.
Okay, good. Anything else in closing?
That was it. I've been watching you guys and for just here a little bit, and I just wanted to tell that story though too about my disability. How I
Yeah,
got it.
yeah, that's
It
that's
was
encouraging.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, hey,
Okay.
that's good. Thanks so much for calling in, and stay tuned to the end. We're going to put your name in the wheel. You might win something. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You bet. You will.
Bye-bye.
Okay. So the line is back open again for the next caller at 844-717-2454. And thanks for calling. This is Brian. Who's this?
Yes, hi Brian. This is Tom.
Hey, Tom. How we doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. Tom, is this 3965 your cell phone?
Yes.
Perfect. How can I help you?
I'm wondering if I can explain my situation to you. I applied for SSDI last June 23.
Yep.
I have a bunch of issues going on, mental and physical. Do they determine which one is your priority?
Have they made a decision?
No.
So what I'm trying to think, I'm gathering my thoughts on how to best answer this. So I just want to make sure I understand your point. So you have both physical and like brain health related issues, right? And so you're wondering like which one are they going to consider like the most significant or most severe?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know without, and the only way that one would know is like, which of the conditions that you have are the most severe and that are causing the most amount of limitations. So for example, let's say that your physical limitation is you have degenerative disc disease, but it's just mild and you can stand and you can walk and you can do all that, right? But you've got brain health issues where you've got severe depression that, keeps you in bed for long periods of time. And when people give you like what could be constructive feedback, it triggers you and you're back in bed and it takes you 2 days to recover. So that's going to be more severe than your physical. And so the way that needs to be brought to Social Security's attention is by you managing your medical and your doctor's appointments. So have you been following us for a while here, Tom, or?
Yeah, probably 6 to 8 months.
Okay. So perhaps you've heard of some of the work that we've done, like how to manage your doctors and how to journal and bring in limitations into your doctors and really build your medical evidence. It's that type of information that is going to not only help you get your benefits, but once you're approved, keep your medical records current. So when you're reviewed, that you'll continue to have them. Yeah. So is that helpful?
Yes. I don't know. I probably should have went with your firm, but I mean, I just
Can you hear me
authorized
okay?
them to get every single record, neurologist, everything else, and I just thought they put it all in the computer and decided,
Well, that is true, but what helps them decide is what you do. So the big picture on my experience in doing this work for 17 years is so many people get caught up in getting an attorney or doing this, but really what has worked for us, whether somebody does it on their own or they use us or anybody else, is just going grassroots, man, and getting in there and taking care of the communication of your conditions. That's the best thing you can do.
I see. Because I haven't had any communication or anything. I mean, they just said, fill out this, fill out that, fill out this, and that's what I did. And
Yeah.
yeah.
So, hey, well, listen, if you're using another disability representative, here's what I would suggest. Are you a member here, or you just been following us on YouTube?
Just following right now.
Okay, so this is what I would suggest. Join us as a member. There's no charge for it. And when you fill out your profile, just go in and put where you're at in the disability approval process, that you're working with a representative. And then that will trigger and start the disability approval course. Just make sure you follow the directions in the email. And here's the key thing. Different representatives, attorney, non-attorney, have their own practices. I'm not here to say it's good, bad, or indifferent. They just do things differently. But what the course will help you do is it will help you understand, Tom, like what should be done at the exact step that you're at. Like if you're waiting for a decision, like what are the steps that should have or maybe still could be done, right? Then you can look at that and you say to your representative, say, listen, you haven't asked me to get any residual functional capacity report forms filled out from my doctors, but I understand that'll help. And so you can call them on it and ask for their help on that. Or you could say, listen, you haven't asked me to put in any extra evidence into my case file so that I can get approved. I mean, I've got physical limitations. I shoot a little video, I can get that in there. Just things like that you'll learn from the course where you can hold them accountable. Otherwise, most people, Tom, they don't really understand because they just don't know what's going on. So that will help you, right?
Yeah.
So I do that. Then when you
Okay.
get approved, contact us back and we'll celebrate and we'll help you with the next steps.
Sounds good. Do I go on like a website or from YouTube to become a member?
Yeah, so you go to the disabilitydigest.com. If you're still watching online, I just put it up on the screen. Yeah, just go to the disabilitydigest.com and click on the big green button above my head.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Tom, be well. Stay tuned to the end. We're going to spin the wheel for prize money. All right.
Good. Thank you.
All right. You bet. All right. How are we doing over there? All right.
Doing good.
One more caller. Thanks for calling. This is Brian. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Brian. My name is Perry Stair.
Hey, Perry. How are you?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I'm doing fine, actually. I'm a current client,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been very pleased with the information I get on a weekly basis from these websites.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from the live events.
Mm-hmm.
I am in my 655th day since I initially filed for SSDI, and I am now in the reconsideration phase. I've been in the reconsideration phase for 221 days. When I was initially denied, before I filed for my reconsideration, there's a statement they put in my denial letter that still bothers me, and I can't quite clear it up in my head.
Okay.
And I was hoping I could just get your opinion on this.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question first?
Sure, go right ahead.
Your phone number that ends in 0629, is this a cell phone?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So yeah, you can ask me a question. Just want to make sure you're really good with your numbers. You're on day 655 of the process.
Yeah, I journal every day. I don't journal much, but I keep track of, ever since you
Yeah.
talked about that in one of your my lab events. I
Okay.
just try to keep track of my activities.
Good for you. And what state are you in?
I am in the state of Maryland.
Okay. All right. Let's hit me with your question. Let's see what we have.
Okay. So in my denial letter, it says your condition results in some limitations in your ability to perform work-related activities.
Mm-hmm.
While you are not capable of performing work you have done in the past, you are able to perform work that is less demanding. We have determined that your condition is not severe enough to keep you from working. We consider the medical and other information and work experience that affects your ability to work. I understand that statement. I disagree with it, but I was in the same industry for 36 years.
Mm-hmm.
I really did nothing else since I graduated from Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been diagnosed with, severe pain, chronic anxiety, depression, difficulty focusing. I broke my pelvis and my coccyx, which healed improperly, so they're damaged, and I have Tourette's.
Mm-hmm.
I have continued to follow up with doctors, and most recently, for the third time, my neurologist put in writing, and I've submitted this into Carol, that because of severe pain, recurrent syncopal episodes, coronary artery disease, and adult onset Tourette's, he is completely disabled, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So some questions come to mind, and I constantly go back to that statement they put in my denial letter. And it makes me wonder, do you think it hurts me that I have a Bachelor of Science degree, which was actually 40 some years ago, that I received my degree?
No. What kind of work were you doing?
I was actually in management. I started out immediately in management in the trucking industry, transportation industry. I managed, many facilities, a lot of people, and worked my way up to become a vice president. Did very well financially.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually they came to me, and I went to them and said, I can't continue to do this. I managed warehouses. I had to work in warehouses. I made sales calls. It was a very stressful, toxic, work environment that I was in for 36 years, but financially I did very well.
Are you over 54?
I turned 60 yesterday.
Happy birthday.
I think so. Is it happy at 60?
Yeah.
Belated.
Well,
better than the alternative.
yeah. Here's my take is they missed it. In that when you have initial application and it's at the state level, and they're making these initial and reconsideration, that they don't do a good job at that level of taking into consideration your age and your work. So I don't feel, based on what you shared with me, it is anything to do with your education. It's just unfortunately part of the process. And, there's opportunities to, there are opportunities to communicate to Social Security that you're disabled and get approved before a hearing, but those the trend of that has diminished. We're not seeing that, regardless of how good the case is, happen a lot. So it sounds to me like it's going to be something that will need to be proven in court. So back to the timeline for a minute, or ask me any questions on that if you like. But how long have you been at the reconsideration stage?
Today's 221 days.
And they haven't made a decision on the reconsideration, right?
No.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's hope that you beat the 11.7% odds,
I am hoping, yes.
Yeah. So keep up the good work. Love the fact that you're journaling, you're tracking the numbers. Anything else on your mind I can help you out with?
No, actually, I try to do everything. I take all your recommendations. I have three. I'm trying to think of the three evaluations from one from my primary care, one from my mental health professional, and one from my neurologist, stating that I am disabled and unable to work at all.
I mean,
So they've been submitted,
yeah.
and I continue to have follow-up appointments. I have an MRI next on April 3rd just to check into it. A situation that's getting worse in my neck with my C5, C6, and C7. So
Right. How
I'm
long?
continuing to take your recommendations. I'm sorry.
No, I interrupted you. It's my bad. How long have you been out of work, Perry?
I filed 9 days after, so approximately 660 days since May 16th of 2022.
Yeah. Yeah. One other idea that Carl could help you with is to call in your local government representative, congressman, woman. That would be to have them put a little heat on it, and we could just if you ask Carl, I meet with her once a week. We could craft up something, but it's just a matter of you calling, saying, listen, the number is just what you said to me. I'm professional. I've been 60 years old, 36-year work history. I have all the evidence that proves I can't work. But I'm having a difficult time with Social Security. They're at day 221 on reconsideration. Can you call them and ask them to make a decision? Just call them. Your point is, Perry, is just to get your representative, to get them to make a decision. You have enough evidence in there. If you didn't, I wouldn't suggest this. And then, whether it's, of course, if it's not a favorable one, then we move on to the next step. But it'll shorten the time frame from having it buried on somebody's desk.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's do that as the next step. Okay. Good.
Sounds good.
Good. All
I
right.
appreciate the information.
Yeah.
I didn't expect there's no good answer here. I understand that. So
good. Yeah. Good answer is you're doing the right thing. So that's good. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Keep the faith.
Thank you very much.
You bet. Be well. All right. So, Jam, if you would like to enter our callers into the wheel while we wrap up here, and we'll give away some prize money. Is there anything else in closing that maybe I should address that I haven't addressed, or no? So let's recap a few things then before we wrap up. The information that I covered as far as the content creators and the examples is right in the video description for this YouTube event. So check that out. Also, there's information in there about how much money you can make, keep your benefits, trial work period, all of that. I think if this is of remote interest in any way, shape, or form, I would encourage you to check it out. I think that it's others are doing it, so it's really exemplifies that it can work. Also, we talked about if you have the desire to work with us as like a side hustle or a job, supplement your income and create content, that opportunity is available to do so. Right. So that link is also in there. And just before we go through and we start giving away some prize money here, I just want to thank everybody for joining this event. I mean, we do this event to help and educate you. We give away prize money because we are in the partnership program with YouTube, and it allows us to generate some money, so we give it back. So thank you. So make sure you tune into others. And it looks like Jam has spun the wheel, and we have the first prize is Perry. So Perry's going to be receiving a $40 Amazon gift card to help you survive the wait. So take Perry out, spin it one more time, and we'll do one for $20.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
I don't think Perry's complaining.
It's just that, my picker wheel takes a lot of time.
Oh, it's going pretty good now.
Thank God, because I closed all of my other tabs.
Oh, that
Oh
could be it.
gosh.
Stay tuned, folks. We're down
Oh, it's Tom.
to Tom. Tom for 20. Perry for 40. These will be sent out today to your phone via text, an Amazon gift card. You can go buy something, treat yourself to something. So, folks, listen, reminder next week, you have an hour with the expert. Attorney James Mitchell Brown will be here. So come, tune in, listen, learn, ask your questions. It's always entertaining. So we look forward to having you back. All right. Philip, Jam, thank you for
Thank
making
you,
today's
Brian.
event
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay. All right,
Yes.
folks, until the next time. Be well, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.